Hello, I welcome you all. A very good afternoon to everyone. So, during last chapter, we have seen the later Vedic period. Later Vedic period was such a period when we will see the socio-religious development. Okay, so we'll revise it again. Okay, but first, let us see what are the questions that UPSC have asked with our present story, that is the emergence of Mahajanpadas. Okay, now we would be moving in depth with respect to the Mahajanpadas, but before that we will study how Mahajanpadas gets evolved, or what is the story of Mahajanpadas. Now the story of Mahajanpadas will give you more number of dimensions with respect to the emergence of Buddhism, emergence of Jainism, okay, and secondly the evolution of the Magad Empire, where we will see the establishment of the Mauryan Empire, one of the largest empire in ancient Indian history. Now UPSC have asked n number of questions from all of these three dimensions, that is Buddhism, Jainism and Magad Empire. Okay, so let us first concentrate on the important or the significance of this topic with respect to UPSC. Okay, now with respect to Mahajanapadas, UPSC in 1997 had asked the question based on the mapping. Okay, so UPSC had asked that the following map shows the 4 of 16 Mahajanapadas that existed in ancient India. Now it had given or marked it as A, B, C and D. And here we need to analyze which are these Mahajanapadas. Okay, so the places marked by A, B, C and D respectively are, so you were given the 4 options, and of course the option C was one of the appropriate option, that is Matsya, Avanti, Vatsa, Anga. So up till the later Vedic period, I have said that during the Vedic period, we had the political structure. We had a specific political structure where the villages were called as the Janas. Okay, villages were called as a Janas. And when these villages will get evolved, or when these villages will get explored, okay, this will turn into the towns, and these towns will be turning into the urban cities. Now these urban cities were nothing but the Mahajanapadas, that is Jana converting into the Mahajanapadas. Okay, so this story is about those 16 Mahajanapadas which got established during or after the later Vedic period. Okay, now this later Vedic period and Vedic period, the evidences whichever we got of this age were from the Rig Vedas. Okay, so I have discussed with you all the resources or the references from where did we got this. Now as and when the history moves forward, we would be having more other evidences. Okay, up till now, up till the latter Vedic age, we were depending upon the evidences which were natively present on the Indian land. But when we will move forward, we would be also having evidences from the foreign travelers also. Okay, so let us start our journey with respect to Mahajanapadas. Okay, you will enjoy this journey, just stay consistent. Okay, now the PYQ which was asked in 1999, which of the following was initially the most powerful city of the India during the 9th century BC, and that was nothing but the Magad. Okay, the parent of the Mauryan Empire. Okay, so let us start. Before start, let us revise our previous session. Okay, so I had talked about the Stone Age era or the Stone Age period, where we had discussed about the Upper Paleolithic, Later Paleolithic. We had discussed about the Microlithic age. We have discussed about the Neolithic age, Chalcolithic age, IVC. Okay, so this was the period before 2 million years ago, and from that we had find that the village named Sanoli, okay, the place named Sanoli, where the excavation was being carried out in 1921 by Dayaram Sahani, took much of the established stand regarding the learnings from the history, regarding the learnings from this excavation. How did the Stone Age man lived? What did he eat? How did he hunt? Okay, whatever were the stone tools, how the stone tools got developed during the Microlithic age, and this Stone Age again got developed during the Neolithic age, how they started their settled life, how they started the pastoralism. Okay, so all this discussion we had done during the Stone Age or the prehistoric time. We also call this age as a prehistoric time because we have no literary evidences of this period. After that, we also saw the Indus Valley civilization, the civilization which was settled on the banks of river Indus or the Sindhu. Okay, so here the urbanization effect was being studied. Okay, so here the settled life was converted into the urban cities. We saw how the cities were. The cities were established in the grid-like system. Okay, they had the granaries, they had the great water baths, they used to have the makeups, they used to have the crafts, they used to have the dance. Okay, they used to worship the god Pashupati. Okay, so we find some of the urban culture over here in the Indus Valley civilization. Okay, and after that we see that there is a decline of IVC. There is a decline of Indus Valley civilization. Now the decline theories are of n number of types. Some says that there was the flood-like situation. Some say there was a climate change effect. Some say there was the Aryan invasion, and that is why Indus Valley civilization or the civilized people got dead. Okay, so there are n number of theories which establishes the decline of the IVC. After that, there is also there are also n number of theories regarding the evolution of the Vedic age with respect to the Aryan invasion. Okay, so here we have discussed about the Lokmanya Tiraka theory. After that, we had also discussed about the European theory. What does the German people says? Okay, or especially the Nazi group says. Okay, we have also talked about the Turkey theory. What did they found out in the inscriptions, and that is why they say that the Aryans belonged from the Mediterranean region also. Okay, so there were n number of theories, but the most important fact that we studied during the Vedic age, early Vedic age, was respect to the battle of 10 kings. Okay, the battle of 10 Rajans, which took place, and from here we started to build the smaller kingdoms, and in these smaller kingdoms again fought in between them and tried to build some of the centralized capitals, and this were said as the Janapadas. Okay, and in future these Janapadas will become Mahajanapadas. Why? Because one particular Mahajanapadas encapsulate n number of villages and the towns within it. Okay, so how does this journey goes from Janas to Janapadas and from Janapadas to Mahajanapadas. Okay, after that we have also seen that we had also discussed about the Mahabharata story or the epic story of Mahabharata, and from that we derived that why the Indian subcontinent was majorly said as the Bharata. Okay, so after that all these evidences we get from the Rig Veda. We had also studied the political structure. In latter Vedic period we had seen the formation of Mahajanapadas, how they were turned into the 16 Mahajanapadas, and how now in today's session we would be seeing the actual establishment of this Mahajanapadas. Why did this Mahajanapadas got formed eventually in the upcoming years after the latter Vedic period or at the end of the latter Vedic period? Now what happened during this latter Vedic period? Many of the foreign invasions took place, especially with respect to the Persian invasion and the Greek invasion. Okay, so let us see the story of Mahajanapadas. Let us enjoy the evolution of Mahajanapada. Okay, so this is the map which talks about the early Vedic age. Okay, now this early Vedic age represents the invasion or the incoming of the Aryans into the Indian subcontinent. Now this region majorly constitute of the present day some part of Afghanistan, some part of Pakistan, and Jammu Kashmir part, some part of Rajasthan, and some part of the Punjab. Okay, yes, up till Saraswati it was being considered. Now after the later Vedic period, after the early Vedic period, we'll see that this expansion goes a way ahead and it expands up till here, up till the Gangetic plain. Okay, now here it also goes towards the south up till the Vindhyan range, that is the present day Gujarat and some parts of Maharashtra, northern Maharashtra. Okay, so here in between this we'll find that the Kurus, okay, the Kurus were the leading actors. The Kurus were the leading actors, and that is why we'll see that the upcoming history would be majorly written from here only. Okay, but if we see the most powerful empire of this Mahajanpadas or during the latter Vedic period, it was the Magadha, which comes in the present day UP and Bihar. Okay, so the Magadha was considered as one of the largest cultural sphere of this Mahajanapadas, and that is why we'll see many of the economical connections and the social connections would be driving from here. And if we see the religious connections which are in today's date also would be calculated from here. Okay, now beyond this there are other establishment of other kingdoms like Kunti, Matsya Desh, Panchala Desh, Satwant, okay, Vidarbha Desh, Andhra, Kalinga, okay, the most important site where the King Ashoka fought. Okay, now that particular war was also known as Kalinga War. Okay, and during this war, we will see that the Ashoka would be more fearful, and that is why we call Ashoka as a Chanda Ashoka also. Now, the name Chanda Ashoka was laid into the inscription only, and that is why we'll see this Chanda Ashoka. Why Ashoka is called as Chanda Ashoka, or why Ashoka is called as Piyavamsi, okay, or Priyadarshini. Okay, so all these reasons we would be talking about, but in the later half of this Mahajanpadas. Today we would be talking about the establishment of Mahajanpadas. How did the story evolve? Okay, what was the major reason behind the establishment of the Mahajanpadas? Like once a man who was living the life very peacefully, how did he got introduced to the military weapons? How did he got introduced to the new administration? Okay, so all these studies we will look with respect to the foreign invasions that had happened in the Indian subcontinent. Now see friends, if we see Indian history, whether it is ancient, whether it is medieval, whether it is modern, okay, we had been facing n number of invasions in each of the period, whether it is ancient, medieval or modern. If it is ancient, it will start from the Persian as well as Greece invasion. If it is medieval, it will start from the Arab invasion. If it is modern, it will start with the Western invasion. Okay, so all of the historical significance would be depending upon the invasion theories, okay, invasion stories which were established during that time, and it has the impact on the social culture, it has an impact upon the economical and the trades, it has an impact on the political structure also, and this is being evident from n number of literatures presented by some of the foreigners, some by the court authors itself. Okay, so let us first discuss about the establishment of the Mahajanpadas.